Hello guys, welcome back to another video of Godspeed. Today we have the all new 2025 generation Honda City with us. This is the new Honda City 5th generation, and I'm talking about the engine of the car. So this gets the new 1.5 liter naturally aspirated petrol engine, the Ivy Tech petrol engine, which is really very famous and powerful. Now the power figures have been increased to 145 Nm torque and 121 bhp. So you can see power figures are improved and even better than before. Talking about the design of the car, you can see you get a LED headlight with LED turn indicators. You can see the LED design over here. On the top is the DRL, on the below is the turn indicator, and below over here you get LED fog lights, and in center you get the Honda family bold grille along with the Honda logo in between, and the chrome part of the grille continues all the way to the headlamps. So this really looks very sporty and premium at the same time. And you can see how well the new design of the City is. This clearly looks one of the best cars in the segment and even better than before. So this is a full model change. This is a new generation of the car, and you can see the plastic inserts around the fog lights. You get LED fog lights over here as you saw before, and LED indicators and lights as well. And the lights of the City have always been LED from the 4th generation, and the lighting setup of the car is really quite good. And now talking about the ORVM, get LED turn indicator along with a lane watch camera, which is again a segment first, and I'll show you the operation when you sit inside the vehicle of the car. This is the ORVM, as you can see. Talking about the side profile of the car, so this car is really very wide. It is actually the widest car of the segment, and the new City is the widest and the longest car in the segment. Talking about the alloys of the vehicle, so the size of the tire is 185 by 55 R16. To me it looked a little bit under tired. The tire size is a little bit small. It could have at least got 195 mm tires, but anyways, you can see the tires feel a little small on the car, and this is clearly a very statement. The tires are a little small on this car. And you get chrome door handles, shark fin antenna, but there's no chrome part on the window panel, and the window panel is quite large, so you won't feel claustrophobic when you sit inside. Now coming at the rear profile of the vehicle, you can first of all see the LED tail lamps with turn indicators and reversing lamps, and the LED lights get all the way till here as well, so you can see it from the side also. And here's the City badging, there's the Ivy Tech and the Variant ZX badging, and here's the Honda logo. And at the back you can see here is a parking sensor, here's a parking camera, and here is a reflector placement, and you can see how sharply finished it is. So the design is really very sharp and elegant at the same time. This really looks very nice and appealing. Let's open the boot of the vehicle. You got a magnetic button over here, and the boot space is reduced by 4 liters. Before it was 510 liters, now it is 506 liters. And this is the aftermarket luggage floor mat, and this is available as an accessory by Honda itself. And the spare tire is placed below over there, and that is a full-sized alloy. So that is really something which is appreciable. A full-size alloy has been given as a spare wheel, which is really worth appreciating. And there's the triangle, and let's close the boot, and you can see it has been all covered. And let's close the boot, and overall you can see the rear profile of the car is as impressive as the front profile, and the car looks very appealing and striking from each and every angle now. This looks very similar to the Honda Accord, and very striking and elegant design, longer and wider than before. And you can even start the car from the remote of the car itself, and you can see the sunroof is currently opened over there, and there's the shark fin antenna. And over here you can see the light placement. And overall I have showed you the car from the outside. Everything of the car is really very nice, and now it's time for us to get inside the rear seat of the vehicle. So let's get inside the rear seats. So on the left hand side, when the co-passenger seat has been pushed all the way ahead, you can see the amount of legroom on offer. And there's even a magazine holder over here with a phone holder as well, and you can see how much legroom is on offer. You get leather inserts on the door handle. You see a dual tone color door with plastic over here. This is chrome door handle, and here is your leather inserts, and you can see the stitching done over here. Now this part goes a little bit above over here, and still you can see the space on offer is really very much. It's too much, but even when the seat will be pushed to a normal seating position, the space on offer will be really good. And there's a very small hump in between. You can see there's a very small hump in between, really very small, so this will not affect much. And over here you get two power outlets, both of 12 watts, and here's the AC vent with silver inserts around them and chrome insert over here, and you can adjust them like this. And even in terms of space, the new city is improved because the length has been increased, so space has improved a lot. And the car is really very wide, so you can easily seat 3 people. Here's your speaker placement, and let's get over there when the seat has been pushed all the way behind. So even over here, if you see, space on offer is really quite good when the seat has been pushed all the way behind. Frankly speaking, the seat when is pushed all the way behind is in this car my driving position, because I could not find an appropriate driving position in this car, so I had to push the seat all the way behind. And even over here you can see the space is still quite good. Under the support is also not lacking, it is really very nice, and no complaints from the undercar department. Yes, the major problem over here is the headroom of the car. Like my height is 5 feet 8 inches, and the headroom for my height is really very less, so headroom would have been improved. Now over here you get your lights like this, you can turn them on like this, and you get 3-point seat belt and a center armrest with 2 cup holders, and you cannot access the boot from here. Now you get 3 headrests, and none of them are adjustable. Sort of missed because none of them are adjustable. Now you get sunshades over there which can be adjusted over here. You can see the hooks over here, and over here is your grab rail with a coat holder, and again you can see the chrome door handles, tweeter placement, and the seats are really very comfortable. Actually they are very comfortable because even you do sit a little bit low, but the window panel is not that high, so you won't feel claustrophobic. You get a nice view of what's outside, but still you sit quite low because this is a C-segment sedan. Now there's the sunroof over there, and the overall rear seat experience is really quite good. You see the middle part has been raised a bit so that the middle passenger can sit easily, and even over here on the sides you get leather finishing. The leather seats have been pushed all the way over there, so that even if somebody is sitting right over there, so he won't feel a problem from the plastic parts. And the door pockets can easily store a 1 liter bottle, nothing much. The space is not very much, you can only keep a 1 liter bottle over here. And door closed with a thud. The build quality is really quite good. Now there's a, as I showed you, there's a phone holder over here, 2 phone holders, and there's a magazine holder over here, and you get beige color seats as you can see them. The seat color and the interior theme of the car is the same as before, and the headroom is actually a little bit of issue over here, but and this is the center dashboard, the new design dashboard. And how is it to operate? Let's get to the front seats. Now you get request sensors on the door, you get chrome door handles. Let's open the door, and the doors open wide enough, and getting inside is not a very major issue. Over here are the controls for your mirrors, and control for the windows are also over here. You can electrically fold the mirror as well, and this is a button for the lock the car. The front door pockets are larger than the rear door pockets, and again you get a dual tone theme on the door. And over here is a tweeter placement which sort of looks aftermarketish, and the seat is quite low, so for some people it might be a major issue. You got a 6-way adjustable seat. From here you can open the boot of the vehicle, and from here you can open the fuel lid and the hood of the vehicle, and you can see the accelerator, brake, and because this is a CVT gearbox, CVT variant. And I'll sit inside the car, and the seat has been pushed all the way behind, and after pushing it all the way behind, this suited to my driving position. You can see how that came up when I closed the door. And you get a 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system and a full HD TFT multi-display MID. And even in the front, the headroom might be a major issue for some people, but you can see how well the new laid out dashboard is. The dashboard design may be a little simple, but it is very elegant. Like you can see there's leather insert over here, button inserts over here, and this is sort of plastic insert, but the quality is not very bad. But over here you do get hard plastics, and even over here you get the plastic quality is quite good. Here's a button for your hazard lights, and this is the gear lever. And you do get a sports mode over here, and you also get pedal shifters as you can see them. And talking about over here, you get 2 buttons. This is for the traction control, and this is to adjust the headlight level. And around the AC vents, all the 4 AC vents, you get the silver inserts, and you get electrically dimming inside the rearview mirror. And even over here you get lights which can be turned on like this. And from here you can open the sunroof, and this is for the lights of the vehicle as you can see. This is for the light when the door is open or the light should be off. Now let's open the glove box of the vehicle. So you can see decently sized glove box. It is really decently sized, not very big and neither too small. And when the seat has been pushed all the way ahead, you can see how large the seat travel is. So it's better to push it all the way and to push it a little behind. And now below over here you do get some space to keep your keys and all, and even over here you get 2 cup holders. Even here you get some space to keep some stuff, and even in the front you get a 12 watt power outlet and 2 USB cables. One is for charging and one is for playing audio. And this is the 8-inch infotainment system which will turn on soon. And over here is the control for your wipers, over here is the control for your headlights, and there is the start stop button which glows red when you press it. And let me show the key of the vehicle. So this is the key of the vehicle. You get 4 buttons to lock, unlock, open the boot and turn on the engine of the car. In the CVT variant you can turn on the engine while you're outside. And you can see there's some place over here as well, and the center armrest can be opened, and you get a good space below it to keep anything you want. And the center armrest does not travel. You can see this is a fixed armrest, and this is finished in leather. And let's bring the car to ignition now. Before I do that, let me show you that the steering wheel is also adjustable in tilt and also telescopic. It's adjustable both in tilt and telescopic. And let's now bring the car to ignition to check out the more features. So let's press this button, and once again to bring the car to ignition. Now let's turn off the AC, and you can see you get a display for the AC over here. You can control the AC with automatic ACs, and the system is really very sleek to operate. Let's turn it off for the moment. And okay, the volume is now turned off, and you get a fully digital instrument cluster except for that needle over there. Everything else is digital. And over here are the controls for your MID, and over here is the control for the cruise control. Now the controls over here are both for MID and the instrument and the infotainment system. Now from here, this button, you can browse the MID like this. You can see the rear door is open, so it shows that the rear door is open. And if I browse through this will show me various status of the vehicle. Like if I go down, you can see it's got the home page, and you can also customize everything, customize the display you want to see on the screen, and the settings of the car. And you do get a G meter on this in the new city. Let's see, you get a G meter, and then over here the speed and time, the cars, your average speed and the average time you drove, and the range and the fuel of the vehicle, and the normal is the tachometer. So you can select any one you want. You can see this became a tachometer. And if you go back to home, you can browse through this again and again. Like if we go to G meter, so this will show the G meter of the vehicle. So for now I leave it to the information setting. Let's see what can be seen in the information. So you can see normal setting, normal information of the fuel law, or all the different informations available. In center is the MID, and over here is the speedometer. Below over there you get a fuel indicator, and you get a leather wrap steering wheel. I see the steering is leather wrapped, and over here are your paddle shifters on both the sides. And let's open the sunroof of the vehicle. You get a electrically adjustable sunroof like this, and this will open up. And now let's close the sunroof, punch-operable sunroof. And let's come to the infotainment system. This is a 8-inch infotainment system with Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. Let's play an audio track to test the audio quality of the infotainment system. Now a slight problem in the infotainment system is that it won't play an audio because the car is inside the showroom and it is not catching the FM signals. Now let's get back to the home page, and you can see what all can we get. So this shows the time and various settings over here for the USB or Bluetooth audio or the phone. We'll have to connect to Bluetooth first to display the phones. And if you go over here, you can see the apps. And this will only show you when the SD card has been inserted or a USB device has been inserted. Only then it can show you all the features. And this for the volume up, down, and source. And talking about this gear lever, you can see you get an econ mode over here, a sports mode also. And overall the dashboard is really very well laid out. There's no complaint that the Neo City is looks very elegant from the inside, but you cannot see the hood of the vehicle from when you sit inside. So that is a slight problem because the hood is really long and you cannot see the hood very clearly while you are inside. And on the inside, when you press this button over here, on the headlight button, when you press this button, the side camera gets activated over here. You can see this is the lane watch camera, which is placed on the left ORVM, which I showed you outside. And this really helps while driving and while taking turns or changing lanes. So this is a really helpful feature, and it's again segment first feature. This is really something I would appreciate Honda for giving in the car. And over here you can see this is the button for your instrument cluster brightness. You can see this can be adjusted like this. And over here is a tweeter placement, but to be honest, this particular placement of this tweeter, it comes outside and looks a bit of aftermarket. Even though you can see this is fitted inside, so this is actually not aftermarket, but to some people it might look that it is aftermarket or an accessory. Now the seat can be adjusted by height also, and even then the headroom is not very great, to be honest. And talking about safety, this car gets 6 airbags, ABS with EBD, ESP, traction control, hill hold control, obviously because this is an automatic. So you can see safety is also very well taken care of, and everything inside the new City is very better from the previous one. Now the fun fact over here is that the new City will be sold alongside the old City. So this particular car, the new Honda City, will be sold alongside the old Honda City. It will the old City will be available in only 3 variants, S, SV and V, but this car will be available in V, VX and ZX. So you can see there's an option for all types of public to buy Honda City. You can buy the old City if you want a budget friendly City, and you can, if you want a feature loaded and sporty to drive Honda City, you can do buy this car. And everything inside this car feels very rich and premium at the same time. So this should definitely be your pick. And that's it. I'll take your leave, and I'll see you guys soon in the next video. Goodbye.